Hey everybody, we are back with another episode of Latchkey Friends. Elizabeth, how are you?
Oh my gosh, so good. Especially because we have Kelly Madey on today.
Kelly Madey, how are you?
Good, how are you
Oh, it is
guys?
so good to have you. So where are you calling us from today?
I'm calling you from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So this is our second Floridian that we've had on the show.
Yeah, I have to live up to Emily. I don't know if I can do that.
Emily's
Minnesota?
You- You're giving Emily a run for her money, especially if you can do this in accents. One of the interesting things about both Liz and me is that we're both the youngest. So we're a little bit spoiled, a little bit bratty. Liz, you're not only the youngest, but also
So I was one of those surprise babies. Some call
miracle
them
baby.
oops or the oh shit
Miracle.
babies. And so my siblings are farther apart from me. So a lot of them were grown up and kind of had their own lives by the time I came. And so I was the youngest, but I also had some like only child traits to me too. I like to share food. I don't understand why people would touch my cheesy poofs here in this house. I'm like, those were mine. Why did you eat them?
I feel you.
Yeah, so I grew up with three sisters. I was kind of the same thing where they were all really tight with each other. And then there's this 4-year gap and then there's me. So I was kind of this own little entity, but I'm the baby boy. I'm the spoiled one. But Kelly is a legit only child.
Pure only child.
So you get all of the love and all of the attention and all of the affection all the time.
And all the food, all the time.
All the Christmas presents are for Kelly. Everything's for Kelly.
Yep, and my birthday is 2 days before Christmas. So I get a birthday and Christmas presents.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
but to me, there's a couple of drawbacks about only children. And one of which is that you don't have brothers and sisters in the bad way to pick on you and beat up on you, but you also sometimes don't, you're maybe not as street smart. Yeah, because you don't know the secrets. So in high school, did you ever get teased a little bit?
Oh my God, all the time. Not only because, hello, my hair color, but also because I was so naive to so many things. So like people tried to convince me that buffalo wings were actually buffalo. Kind of, like Jessica Simpson. And then also one time they told me jalapeno peppers were like said jalapeno peppers. And this was when I was in a news, like I did the news. And so they got it on camera and the whole school saw that moment. And I was sucking on a lollipop, which is also very awkward. So yeah, awkward times.
Awkward times. So I mean, but so you had to learn it all on your own. You didn't have siblings to teach you.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I'm curious about how that translated as you moved into college. So you moved away from home for the first time and you show up at college. Tell me about what that was like.
Yeah, so really interesting, learned a lot. My dad tried to prep me like back in the day, like this is what it's gonna be like. And then you go and you realize that was so many years ago, it doesn't even relate. But I guess we'll start at like the end of my story of there was a van called the Snap van. It would take you to and from places around campus safely. And I was on it one day and there was a group of guys in the back and they're like, yo, did you hear about this chick who pooped all over her dorm room? And the other guy was like, no way, man, that totally didn't happen. And I turned around and I was like, it did. It was my roommate. It happened to me. So that was my claim to fame.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so there's a lot. I've got to go back and recap here a little bit. Kelly, innocent Kelly, is at college in Florida.
Was this your first year of college?
Yeah, freshman year. It was like in the beginning of the school year too. I mean, like it was like right there.
The face, they just punched you right in the face first thing.
Yeah.
So the setup is that somebody had a roommate who'd pooed all over the place. And to be clear, you were not the pooer.
No, I did not do that.
Okay, so now that all of our viewers and our listeners are clear, Kelly, what the heck? Tell us how this went down.
Yeah, so when I went to college, I got put into a temporary triple in a dorm. And what that is basically you're in it until they can find you a room. And the two girls I was with, they were best friends. So I was like, needed to get out of there. But I started falling in love with the people on my floor because it was like a girl side and a boy side, and in the middle you had your little lounge area, and like I found friends and it was fun. So one of the girls, she was really sweet. She ended up moving out really early on, and I was like, Jen, why are you leaving? And she was like, oh, Karen is a terrible roommate. Her name wasn't Karen. I've changed it for viewer purposes. But, you know, Karen was terrible. And she was like, Kelly, don't even think about it. And I was like, but it's my chance to stay on this floor. And basically, she's like, Karen is crazy. And I said, I can deal with anyone. You know, people love me. You know, naive. And found out Karen was actually crazy. So the story goes, it was the night before initiation for my sorority. I was bringing, like that night, that ceremony, you wore a black dress. Brand new one I bought just for the ceremony. Next day, you wear a white dress. Well, I come back to my dorm and I find that Karen has been on the other side with the boys drinking and in their room secretly, not supposed to do that. And so I went over and Karen was like acting a fool. So she walked away. I had changed out of my black dress, by the way, and my white dress was hanging nicely in my room. And Karen left, and then the boys locked the door because they're like, Karen's crazy. So we were hanging out there, and then all of a sudden you hear like, bum, 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 on like the dormitory door. It's Karen. Kelly! Kelly! I can't believe I'm telling this. This is crazy. And like you look out the peephole because they had peepholes, just like you were like in your own house. And Karen is in my black dress, sliding down the wall like, Kelly, you know, yeah. And she looks like she has some brown stuff on her, whatever. So proceed to, yeah. So Karen walked away at that point, you know, when we didn't answer the door. But then another guy comes down the hall a few minutes later, knocks on the door, guys, let me in. And he's like, the hallway smells like shit. And there he was like, I think it comes from the girl side. And so I walk out and like I'm walking. There was like a crazy incident where Karen punched glass, whatever. That's another story. But anyways, the smell just started to get stronger as you walk through like this center area and then into the girls' side of just smells. So I'm walking over and well, got there, a girl said, Kelly, your roommate's in the shower, and she was covered in like poop, feces, whatever. And I was like, cool. Go into the room.
Kelly's keeping it together.
Yeah,
like,
Kelly's,
that's cool. That's
yeah,
normal.
Kelly's trying to keep it together, you know. Also, I had a shot of Goldschlager that night, so like it was my first shot of Goldschlager. So I was like really worried once the cops come into play. But anyways, go to my dorm room, smell it. It just hits you. And I open up the door. And I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Daddy Daycare. This is the best way I can describe it when the little boy goes pee in the bathroom and he walks in and it's like it's everywhere, stealing everything. There was feces all in my room, piles, like handprints like this on the walls, my dress on the floor with it. Everywhere.
So your white dress was covered in poop?
Yeah, it was hanging up. Honestly, though, my white dress was not harmed. I don't know how, but my black dress was because it was like, yeah.
I just throw that away.
Yeah, that whole room needed to go, honestly. But so it keeps going. I leave my room freaking out now. Kelly's cool is gone and go find my RA. She's like not answering her door. I'm like crying, whatever. By the time I get back to my room, I open the door. She's sitting in my room, our room, sorry, in a white towel with her hair wrapped up, completely showered, but sitting calm as day, surrounded by poop. And she's just like, look what this dumb sorority girl did to my room. And I was like, oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I didn't do this. And, you know, freaking out. So then we had to call the cops and the ambulance. And I'm freaking out because, as I told you, I had a shot of Goldschlager. So I'm like, they're going to know. I'm going to be in trouble or arrested. Who knows? Who knows? And yeah, so the police come to find out, they've been called on her before. They knew how to answer her questions. So she actually slept in the room that night.
With you? In the
No,
poop room?
I left. Because I had to get initiated the next day, and I put initiation above calling my parents to tell them that my roommate pooped all over my room.
How did that call go?
It was not good, because that was like 2 days later. They were very upset.
Oh.
They were not, yeah, that was not a good phone call. But yeah, she ended up getting kicked out of the university. But
who cleaned up the poop room?
So that was even like a fight in of itself to get like the room cleaned, and they finally did clean it. But the worst part about it was, even like weeks, months later, when I finally did get like back in there, you still found traces of it. Like they didn't get it off.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you guys, it was everywhere. Like bedding was ruined. It was, I mean, yeah. So I know, I mean, I hope this is interesting for the viewer.
Like I'm just trying to wrap my head around how this girl would have just pooped and then just took it and wiped it everywhere.
I don't know how it's humanly possible. I don't know if there was like throwing involved. I know she was like an athlete at some time. So she may have had like a good arm. I don't know. It's something that I've never seen before. I never want to see again until probably when you have kids. I know accidents can happen, but yeah, I never expect, you go to college, you're like, okay, you're going to see crazy stuff, but no one ever says your room's going to be pooped on.
Yeah. No one tells you that there's going to be shit on the walls.
Yeah.
And all over your dress and your bed.
They say it figuratively, like shit's about to go down, but like, no.
You know what that really means. That's just not a clever expression anymore.
I love it. Oh my gosh, Kelly. How was your roommate after that?
Yeah. Oh, my new one?
Yeah.
So she was a really sweet little girl. When I say little, she was super tiny. So sometimes she'd be in her bed and I didn't know she was there because that was how tiny she was. She also had a bag of rice, like that was the size of her. She cooked rice, so she had a rice cooker. But yeah, like she was tiny. She was really sweet. She was really quiet. I didn't stay much longer though, because I was so scarred. I had to get out. Yeah.
Did you interview like new roommates and say, have you ever shit on the walls before?
No, but I was like, do you know what went down in here? Like,
did the whole campus know about it?
Yeah, so that's what happened is I guess like rumors spread fast that this happened. So when I was on that van, like months later, and these guys were talking about it, I was just in shock that I was there to be like, it was me. Well, it wasn't me, but it happened to me.
Yeah, you gotta clarify that. You don't want people to think you're the pooper.
Yeah. Everyone poops though, but not over rooms.
But not on your walls. That's a whole other level.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a story that's pretty crazy. So warn your kids if they're going to college.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell my daughter she starts college next year. She's gonna be in the dorms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to her about this.
Yeah.
It's
a real concern.
It's good to be. Well, Kelly, wow. We haven't been speechless much before, but you kind of
I just am like, my brain is trying to catch up to like, why was somebody doing?
There's right now there's more questions than answers for us.
Yeah, I agree. It's, like I was thinking that I'm like, oh, would I have had pictures to show? But in that moment, you don't think like, oh, this is going to be something. Let me take a photo of it. But
Instagram it or.
Yeah, and it wasn't, Instagram didn't even exist yet. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. You could have done like a TikTok video or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Karen, pooped on my room. Like, I don't know. What's happening?
Well, Kelly, thank you for cracking us up. So funny. Sorry you had to go through such a traumatic experience, but it's been a learning lesson for all of us, starting with Liz's daughter, and for all you kids out there. There's things you need to be prepared for.
Yeah.
That's the warning. But
Yeah, I mean, if you think you can handle that roommate that someone told you is crazy, just turn away from Karen. Walk away.
Say no to Karen.
Say no.
Think about it. All right. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for hanging out with us. How can people find you on TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, it's at Kelly Out.
Okay. So before we go out, you can find all of our episodes on our social media channels at Latchkey Friends and also at latchkeyfriends.com. And Kelly, I'd love for you to give us a Kelly out to close it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining us, guys. Kelly out.
Bye,
See you
you
next time, guys.